everyone, and happy NaNoWriMo. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that November is already here. October seemed to go by so fast. Totally crazy. But here we are. We're in November, which means it's all about writing. I wanted to come on and just give you an update on how Nano's going for me and how I'm gonna kind of spend November here on YouTube. I will say I did a thing and I have a very special invitation for you guys, but I'm saving that for the end. So if you're here and you're not here for the Nano talk or the writing stuff, you can double tap and fast forward if you want and hear the invitation. Okay, so my project, originally I had mentioned that I was going to be working on multiple projects. I had 3 that I was going to be rotating between. One is editing a current project that I've already written it, basically the very dirty 0 draft. I'm spending the weekends editing that project because I will be publishing it in 2022. It is official and super exciting. I'm publishing it with my daughter. My daughter has a book coming out in 2022. This is my middle one, my middle daughter, and her book and my book kind of complement each other. So we are actually going to do a launch together. So I'm so excited about that. So that's how I'm going to be spending my weekends. Now, I mentioned to you guys, those of you who are doing Nano or interested in the Nano updates, that originally I was going to use this cauldron and fill it with a bunch of prompts and do short stories. I'm still doing that, but it has shifted because these are going to be my prompts. This is, and there's a reason why. That then will lead you into the invitation. This is the Nicoletta Ciccole, I think. I could be saying her name wrong. Tarot. And this was actually, believe it or not, my very first tarot deck that I ever owned. Someone gifted it to me, and I started with it and felt totally lost. So I ended up, I picked it up multiple times throughout the years and I just felt lost. But when I picked it up recently, I was like, this is my project. And the reason for that is my word has shown up for 2022. And I went through my Manifesting Magic this year workbook. It took me, like I mentioned, I believe in my last video, 3 or 4 weeks. And one word jumped out immediately, and I knew that was going to be my part of my word. This year I've chosen 2, and I've done that in the past. I think 2017 was Trust and Migrate, and then I had 1 year was Loved Now, together. 2 words have shown up for me for 2022, and they are both very personal and very centered around inner healing, inner child work. So Goosebumps goes back to my childhood. I'm not going to go super into it right now, but it's basically returning to listening to your body, returning to listening to the goosebumps and paying attention to them and believing them and knowing that you have answers inside rather than questioning everything. It's returning to that child who was intuitive before she learned that she was wrong. And so my word is actually going to be Goosebumps Labyrinth, because it's walking this labyrinth closer to intuition and inner child healing. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, my dog started barking. So what I'm gonna do is I'm using the cards as my prompts. And for NaNoWriMo, every morning I am going to, obviously do my journaling, and then when I'm ready to write, I'm going to draw a card and use this card as my prompt. It can be a short story, it can be a fiction short story, it can be an essay, it can be a poem, but basically I'm gonna start my inner healing, my inner child journey toward healing with NaNoWriMo. And so I'm going to be using these Nicoletta Ciccole tarot cards because look, okay, this is not like a pat you on the back kind of tarot deck. This gets into some deep, deep stuff. And I just felt like it would be so perfect with the creepy, like young girls on here, girls and boys, to do inner child work. So that's what I'm doing for NaNoWriMo. I am going to be doing the 50,000 words with this project. And I'm so excited because already just these couple days of Nano, this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. Who knows if I probably will not publish it, but because it is so personal, I mean, look at these. Look at these. So beautiful, so beautiful. So that's what I'm doing for Nano. I debated doing weekly vlogs and posting them up here for you guys like I have in the past, but so many of you have asked for other videos, and so I feel like I really want to show up and do those also. So my plan is I am documenting my Nano adventure. So all of you that are wanting to see what it's been like, I will do a wrap up at the end of the month, and it will have my word counts and all of that throughout each week. So stay tuned for that. But since we're talking about inner child stuff, I'm so excited to be able to invite you guys to something that has been on my heart for a while, and I've just kept pushing it away because of feelings of not good enough or not ready, which is one reason why I'm doing a bunch of inner child work for 2022. I have spent most of my life questioning and getting the opinions of others versus listening to what inside my intuition is telling me. So with the help of a friend that pushed me to do it, I launched a Patreon. I'm still like, what did I do? But I launched a Patreon and it feels so good. I feel like I have found my people, my tribe. I do have 3 tiers, and they are my sweet spot. My sweet spot that's why I wear this ring, this triangle. Anytime I see triangles, it reminds me of my sweet spot because I have in all areas, like I'm a wife, a mom, and a writer. It's kind of like it's one of my sweet spots. But in regards to who I am, what makes me, me at the core, words, breath, and study is my sweet spot. So, another interruption. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. So, we have a sweet spot. Words, breath, and study are where I'm putting my focus in the Patreon tribe. Now, I decided to do Patreon because I needed a place where I could feel safe to go deeper with you guys. A lot of you have asked to see journal flips or for me to share more about my PhD programs. And although I do feel safe with a lot of you here, I didn't want to just share that with everyone because I just don't feel safe enough to do that. So words is going to be exactly what it says. It's going to be the word tribe. It's going to be where I blog. My plan in the future is to also do journaling prompts. So I write twice a week in there, and I would like to start the week with a prompt, maybe even my journal, and then share my actual answers there. And then there's usually a rambling of some kind, sharing deeper stuff. If you guys have been with me for a long time, you might know that I used to keep a blog. And due to some spiritual shifts, there was some drama with my family that then created trauma for me around writing and keeping a blog. So I have tried over the years and I just get stuck. It's just triggering. So now that I've got Patreon, I feel like I found my people and I feel safe to write the stuff that's on my heart. So that's the word tribe. Then you have the breath tribe. And the breath tribe is basically more of YouTube, more of this. There are gonna be 2 videos each month just for the breath tribe. And what those will look like are the journal flips, reading directly from my morning mindset pages, talking more about journaling and how it has changed my life and how I use it for therapy and clarity and all of that. I do want to clarify, nothing is changing here on YouTube. You guys will still get once a week content from me. Patreon is literally just taking it deeper. The stuff that the stuff I don't want to just hand to everyone. So that's the safe space for me to do that with my journals. And then you have the study tribe. So those of you who are really interested in the PhD stuff, that's where I'm going to be talking about that. And I'm going to be sharing all the other things that I study. So there's going to be a deeper look into my tarot journal. And I will be sharing here on YouTube the tarot coloring book. So that's not to replace that, because I know some of you have asked to see more of that. But I won't be sharing my own readings and questions and journaling because that's just really personal. With my tarot journal is just like my journal, like it's just personal, and I just don't feel again, some of you I would totally be like, hey, here, you can take a peek, you can look, you can read my journal, but not everyone on YouTube do I feel comfortable enough to do that with. So we'll be going deeper into tarot stuff, all the witchy mystic stuff, the inner child work that I'll be doing for 2022. That is where all that's going to go, is under the study tribe. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. But I'm so excited. I feel like I have found my my comfort place for right now with Patreon as I go into this inner child adventure. So check me out. I will put the link down below. And if you're doing Nano, let me know how these first few days have gone for you. Let me know if anyone has worked with the Nicoletta Ciccoli tarot, and what your thoughts are on it. Let me know if any of you have done inner child healing stuff, because I am completely lost, really. I haven't done any work with that before, so I would love any tips or advice you might have. And yeah, okay, I will talk to you guys next week. Sorry for all the interruptions. This is life. I have a extroverted husband, 2 dogs, 2 teenagers that are still at home, and a married one with a baby, and you never know what can happen day to day. Okay, enough rambling. I'm gonna go, and I will talk with you guys later.